Hello, everybody, and welcome to StruggleR Season 2. Today we are playing The Adventures of Little Ralph, or as it's known in its original Japanese, Chipoke Ralph no Daiboken. I know all of that just rolls off the tongue for you guys, but I put a lot of work into pronouncing that Japanese properly. I hope it paid off. I really hope it paid off. Anyway, on to your commentators today. So it is myself, of course, Garlips. Yes, it's my voice that you can hear, and you're currently wondering how to turn it off. I'm afraid you can't. I'm afraid you can mute it, but you won't hear the game audio. So I've got you. I've got you for the next hour and change. And of course, joining me is my IRL real brother, Escape Route British.
IRL real. Sugoi pronunciation on the Japanese words there, Garlips-san.
Oh, arigato gozaimasu. We are cooking with gas today, in fact.
So, konnichiwa are we playing today? Chipoke Ralph no Daiboken? Who have we got? Who have we got on this amazing adventure?
Well, I'm going to introduce our racers in just a moment. But first, before we get started with that, we're going to talk about the Wheel of Struggle. Wheel of Struggle is the service alongside Garlips Inc. that's bringing you StruggleR today. We're a gaming group that play different games every week based on a wheel spin, and we compete for points. It's kind of like a book club for games, and it's a lot of fun, a lot of friendly rivalries and things happen in there. All you need to do is go to wheelofstruggle.com, and there's a link to the Discord as well as some information about previous seasons. The site's going to be getting a revamp soon as well, including a StruggleR section. I've seen a little preview of that, so look forward to that. It's going to look lovely. And yeah, if you're watching this on YouTube or you're watching live and you're like, what the hell is this, and why are you talking to me? Just go to wheelofstruggle.com. Find the Discord link, join the Discord. You don't even have to take part in a season to begin with if you don't want to, although now is the best time to join because we're on a season break. So you could be there at the start of the season, kicking ass and taking names, basically, and we'd love to have you. So without any further ado, we will introduce our racers now, but first I just want to set the scene for you, okay? What happens when a fast-moving object meets an immovable force? Because right now we've got two racers who are on fire when it comes to their StruggleR repertoire thus far. We've got someone who took a fall in his first race and has since picked up great speed, beating not only the might of 16-bit in a shmup, no less, which is 16-bit's home turf.
Oh,
but
yeah.
Also kicking my fucking ass in Resident Evil 2. But
I'm always happy to hear that.
Yeah, no, I'm really not, and I wish I didn't have to keep bringing it up. But what happens when someone like that meets the immovable force of someone with 100% success rate? It's going to be an interesting race, folks. Let me put it that way. We have our two racers today. They are Quantum Player 1.
Hello.
Hello.
Hello. Hello.
How are we feeling?
Nervous, but okay. Yeah, looking forward to it. How are you guys?
I'm doing a lot better now I got over the whole Japanese pronunciation thing.
Yeah, that was the big hurdle you were worried about, wasn't it?
Yeah. Oh, there's also a bit in a minute when we've got like a naked child's bum. I'm a bit worried about that for Toss as well, but apart from that, we're Gucci.
It's first party, it's fine.
Yeah, it's tasteful. And versus Quantum Player 1, we have HexTree.
Hello, konnichiwa.
Konnichiwa.
Ah, Ohio.
And how are we feeling today? Confident?
I'm feeling better than I did for Mirror's Edge, certainly.
Oh, fantastic.
Oh, and that was a win.
Mainly because Mirror's Edge is more fast-paced. You have to have much stronger concentration.
More skill-based, basically what you're saying. Not like easy platformer like this.
Now, guys, we're going to get onto the fighting talk in a minute. ERB, you have the document open, if I'm not mistaken?
I do, yes.
Please take it away with our first racer here today.
So where am I going?
Quantum Player One.
Banter.
Yeah, that's the one.
All right, okay, because we haven't gone through the rules or the basic overview yet. So
Yeah, sorry, I really have it in a very wrong order. I need to fix that.
Okay. So, first racer is Quantum P1. Quantum has provided with us some history for this game, their history with the game, which I shall now read verbatim in a somewhat fancy voice. I never knew of this game until it was nominated by our good friend Hex Labs on my channel. Then it was attempted, sat in the fail pool for a couple of years, and eventually we completed it. A really nice platformer with great gameplay, some nice humor, decent music, and some innovative elements such as the fighting game boss fights, which Hex has mentioned. Oh, not yet. Ooh, spoilers! Shame it never got released outside of Japan, but being 2D in the 3D age, I can understand. In hindsight, though, it plays a lot better than games of this ilk. I think I slightly butchered that at the end, but it is what it is.
A main point across.
It sort of ended up being sort of like a neocortex near the end there.
Well, I just want to add a little point onto that to get me excuse in early. So Hex played this when he was a kid. And as you can see, I was only introduced to this game by Hex a few years ago. So any results that comes of that makes me look shit, that's my reasoning.
You did beat the game before me, though.
Okay, touche. I've got no comeback for that.
Does that technically mean if you've beaten the game first, you've already won the race?
I think it does, doesn't it?
No, that means you can pack up and go home then.
Yeah, because the rules are beat the game first, so if I've already done that.
Yeah.
I did technically beat the game first, though, but I was on easy.
It's not beating the game, is it? Easy.
Yeah.
Oh, dead air. Where Garlip? Where Garlip go?
I was waiting for you to talk about favorites, but I think there is.
I'm very confused by how this goes. You see, normally I'm on the other end.
I apologize. I apologize. I thought that maybe chat might have had enough of my voice for a minute, so I thought I'd throw it over to you.
P1 favorites. Favorite game in the Chipoke Ralph no Daiboken series.
I mean, obviously, it's a well-established franchise that we all know and love.
Of course,
and of all of the games in this collection, I would have to say this is my number one.
Not Little Ralph Kart. Like that one's pretty popular.
I'm looking forward to getting stuck into that at some point, but I've not played it yet, to be honest.
Hold on, Little Ralph Kart. Sorry, I was reading that wrong. It was Ryan's World Kart. Sorry, I've got the wrong game.
Easy mistake to make. Yeah, they're very similar.
Fighting talk.
I think this is the only one in the whole franchise. But it's a great game. I'm surprised that there's not more. And it's not just like a good game. It's like a good world, and there's some good humor and characters in it. So I think there was room for expansion, but obviously didn't go anywhere. Sorry, go on.
And you just raised an interesting point because I think the only acknowledgement this has really had in the West is it might have been an import game on the PlayStation Network at some point. I'm thinking possibly.
Okay.
I'd need to look that up. But yeah, in terms of acknowledgement in the West, shockingly little for a game as beautiful as this.
It is, and it really is a beautiful game, but also, like, you know, the fighting elements into the boss fights, that's like a unique feature which I think would have went down well with a Western audience. But it was never to be. So anything we can do to spread the awareness, I think, is a good thing.
We've got some fighting talk from you here. It says, "Don't forget, we aren't playing easy mode this time. Lol." Ooh.
Lol. Yeah. What happened is me and Hex tried to race this before a few years ago, and Hex had accidentally left it on easy, which is like it doesn't offer the last few levels. So we thought he'd won, but he'd actually cheated.
Oh. Was it intentional though, or was it like an accident?
Ask Hex that.
Oh, suspicious. And we've got one word. Apparently, the StruggleR thing, Garlitz's smart idea. Every racer has one word that they provide that could, or in the case of this game, could not refer to the game or race in question. And your one word, Quantum P1?
But my one word is Biker Grove.
Biker.
It is
Biker Grove.
It's one word in this case.
Well, any two words can be one word if you say them fast enough without a pause between them.
Yeah, it's when translated from Japanese. It's actually one word.
Oh right.
Yeah.
Biker Grove.
It would be more like Gorobu, I think.
Gorobu, yeah.
Like, Biker Gorobu.
And Podeku. Oh no, sorry, they were PJ and Duncan then. I'm not even going to try.
Duncan.
Yeah, I'm not even going to try.
Please let it be known that this comes from a place of love.
Yes, we're so loving and so very sorry. Racer 2, HexTree. It says in your history that you acquired this on a pirated multi-disc from a car boot sale. Ah, the 90s.
Yeah.
I love the 90s.
Yeah. That's okay. I think the statute of limitations is up on that now, and you're safe.
Oh, good.
It says here at the time 2D games were starting to phase out, and you two were favoring 3D as well. I think we all were. But you enjoyed this one for its simplistic controls and great sound and art design. You only played it a few times back then, but you never beat the final boss until a recent practice. So this was kind of maybe putting this in the roster of StruggleR was kind of like an unfinished business thing for you.
Yeah, when Quantum challenged me, initially I was hesitant. Like, this is not really my genre. I don't even like playing 2D platformers anymore. But yeah, I took up the challenge and finally beat the game. That final boss is kind of ridiculous, but you can sort of cheese him with special moves. If you try to play him without cheesing, I think a lot of people just didn't beat this game back in the day because of the final boss.
Nice. Yeah, so, well, hopefully we'll be looking forward to seeing those strategies on full display later on. As for your favorite in this series, you've written here there are no other series games despite Final Ralph C7. Sorry, I was struggling to think up something. He took little Ralph cart. I mean, what am I going to do? Yes, unfortunately there are no more Little Ralph games. But what would you... Do you think if there ever was a sequel, do you think it should have been like 3D, carried on this 2D style?
Not really. I mean, I guess the charm of this game is it was a throwback to 2D games in the era of 3D games, so it wouldn't really work as a 3D game.
That's absolutely fair. And I think, like, for me, it's very easy when looking back at the PS1 to say, oh, the best games on the PS1, Metal Gear Solid, Final Fantasy 7, you know, all of this stuff. But one of my favorites that I always have to remember is on the PS1 is Castlevania Symphony of the Night, and that is a 2D game. Like, just sitting on the PS1, enjoying life, and I feel like Little Ralph is another one of those little gems like that.
Yeah.
There's a 3D adventure game on the PS1 that reminds me a lot of Little Ralph, but I am struggling to get the name of it right now.
Don't worry, folks, he'll have it by the end of the stream.
Yeah.
I'll go looking for it.
Okay.
But in terms of games that are like that, so very little, even on the PS1, apart from things like Kaizoku Tenshi, Rapid Angel, which did get a release on the PlayStation Network. Generally speaking, most of these games end up going completely forgotten. So,
yeah.
Between us and Sean Shaunson, we're slowly introducing everybody to the world of Japanese PS1 games that are fantastic. So,
Yeah.
I'm going to play my part in that today.
And yeah, I've seen quite a few Sean Shaunson videos. They're good. Right, okay. I'm now going to upset the nation of Japan once again by reading your fighting talk cue, which is Kukuku Waga Kyojo e Yokoso Rarufu Dono, which roughly translates to malicious laughter. Welcome to my castle, Lord Ralph.
That wasn't
Yes.
far off. I mean, you're missing the sort of... So an O with a line over that is more sort of like an OU sound. But I mean, apart from that, you pretty much nailed it.
Sweet, I'm moving to Japan. Bye, guys.
Oh.
But I've noticed Q, you like to. I've noticed Hex, you like to take the quotes from the game as your fighting talk. So I'm guessing this is a sound file later in the game.
There's no sound files in the game, but this is just the written quote by the final boss as you approach him. I never knew what it meant until we translated it just the other day.
Nice. Well, chat.
So there's no English fan translation for this yet? What's going on?
There's
just a Portuguese one. Somebody made a Portuguese one for whatever reason, but yeah, there's nothing else.
Get on it, boffins.
I'm not going to learn Portuguese just so I can play a Japanese game.
Coming down to your one word, you've also taken the spirit of one word, much like Quantum P1, in a very wrong fashion, which is to provide two words. But if we say them fast enough, I think we can make it work. So, Grange Hill.
Isn't that like the first? That's like the first zone from Sonic, isn't it?
Yeah. True story, by the way, about Grange Hill. I need to get this out of my brain. So I was in university, and it was the computer labs. Everyone had a computer, and I was like, there was one day where we were talking about like theme tunes, and I started doing a theme tune, and I was like, what's that theme tune? It's from a British TV show, and like literally no one could work it out except one person who said Grange Hill, and I said, no, it's not Grange Hill, because Grange Hill is. But actually, I was thinking of Grange Hill 1990s, which had a different theme tune. So my question, no, the one that goes, no, that's the like 80s one.
Right.
The new one goes da 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 da.
Oh yeah, that's Grange Hill. Yeah.
Yeah. Well,
it sounds like something I danced to in DDR.
I drove people mad in this computer land. So I'm now going to ask. Well, both of our races, because there's only one Biker Grove, unless there was a reboot, they sneaked past me. But what's your favourite Grange Hill song? The 70s, 80s one, or the 90s one?
Was it going that far back to the 70s?
I want to say. Well, now you're going to make me Google Grange Hill. That's okay. Grange Hill.
I only know the 90s one, so that's my answer.
78.
I actually never watched either.
Yeah, I never really watched them.
Started in 78, so I'm technically correct, which of course we all know is the best type of correct.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
When Grange Hill or Biker Grove came on, it was always like the cartoons I liked had finished and do something else.
Yeah, same.
I think though we will be asking chat once the race is underway which one they prefer, Grange Hill or Biker Grove. So we're going to get a real-time answer to the age-old question that has been posed by your two playing this game.
Yeah, that should be the channel points bet. Also, I don't think we've actually explained why we even brought up.
So would you two like to take lead on that and tell the tale?
Yeah, I'll do it.
Hex, yep.
So basically, there's a move. While Quantum was streaming this game for the first time, we joked that one of the moves that he does sounds a lot like he's shouting "Biker Grove, Biker Grove." Either that or "Bite your toe." But we've gone with Biker Grove, so our canon is that the whole fight is about them. Yeah, go on.
Sorry, we looked for Bite Your Toe, the TV show, but we couldn't find it, so it was to be in Biker Grove.
So those old PS1 sound files
between the two shows.
Yeah, those old PS1 sound files. You can't tell what they're saying half the time. It's like bit crushed. It's definitely Biker Grove, yeah. But
Strive saying it also sounds like I don't know. That's valid.
Okay, well, we're going to get to the bottom of this today and finally settle the dispute. So, I mean, that's arguably a more important outcome than the race, to be perfectly honest with you. But we'll go through the motions.
Agreed.
Yeah. Okay. Well, we've introduced. Yeah. Well, try to be. So, what I will do is I'll transition us over to the race screen. So both of our races are sat here on the options menu, ready to begin. You can see that they've both changed it from rank easy to rank normal. That's something that you have to do straight out the gate. Otherwise, it's on easy as default, if I'm not mistaken. So I'm going to read here. Hex has produced some fantastic notes for me, so I'm just going to read them. This is The Adventure of Little Ralph. It's a side-scrolling action platformer. The story begins with Ralph's village being attacked by magical beasts. Ralph is transformed into a child, and his girlfriend, at least we're assuming it's his girlfriend, is seized by one of the minions. And beyond that, we really don't know what else is happening because it's all in Japanese. The game has never released outside of Japan. I did in my research while I was watching YouTube videos about this. Apparently, it is available digitally on the Japanese PSN store. So that's a much cheaper way to play it if you are interested in buying it legitimately. Because, well, used copies go for a lot more than that.
Hold on, is that still available? Because I don't know what's going on with like the PS3 stores now. If that's like still around.
Yeah, well, I don't know. I think this YouTube video wasn't that old, but I can't remember, to be honest. So it might have changed since then. Basically, you should never take anything said in a StruggleR race as legally bankable information. It's all made up. It's all lies.
We made it up. This one was written by a writer.
Wrong. It's false. Presumably, it was projected it wouldn't sell well in the 3D era. The relatively mediocre sales of other 2D games like Skull Monkeys and Castlevania were evidence of that. I think that's fair, actually. People were big into 3D, so it might have been unfairly looked down upon as a 2D game. And original copies of the game are super rare and hard to get hold of. So, thankfully, both of our races today have managed to source a legal copy, so that's nothing to worry about. Yeah, so, right, the rules are, we are playing an any % true ending race today. The game defaults to easy difficulty, but this omits the final few levels of the game, and the credits start rolling a lot sooner. So, ideally, we are going to change that setting to normal, and therefore, there's going to be no mistakes. And yes, I see normal on both of your screens, so we are ready to go from that perspective. Timer starts from hitting start on the main menu, and timer ends when stage clear appears after beating the final boss, Destarosa. So... well, I doubt we'll be able to miss it, but don't they also have their names on screen as well? So it'd be super easy to tell.
Yeah, they do.
Fantastic. Right, well, if both of our races are ready, we'll just get this underway. We will... I'm not sure about checking in, to be honest. I think we will check in based on how the race appears to be going. If it's going like practice has dictated, we might well not check in. It depends. We'll see. Hopefully we won't bother you too much if we do.
Okay.
Alrighty. So, without any further ado, if you both get onto the game start, I will count us down.
Good luck, Hex.
Good luck.
You're going to be fine. Just remember, you beat me in Resident Evil 2. You beat 16-bit and shmups. You can do it. Both of you.
Yeah.
I believe in both of you. Okay, we're going to begin now in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Begin! Good luck, gentlemen.
Cheers.
Both our races are mutant and deafened. Here we go. This is little Ralph. So unfortunately, you're not going to see that cutscene that kind of like starts the game off, but basically, they invade Ralph's town. They magically turn him into a child and then also take his clothes away. I'm not really quite sure about that.
Hold on, are you just describing... I think you're describing a scene from JoJo's Bizarre Adventure.
Quite possibly. But as you'll have seen there on Hex's screen immediately, this game is very easy to die because it's a one-hit kill game. Basically, every time you take a hit, you will immediately die. But apparently, I believe the checkpoints in that regard are pretty fair to make up for that fact. So they are quite well placed throughout the level to make sure that you're not going back too far each time.
Why was this game not released outside of Japan? You die in one hit, it's 2D. I wonder why.
But it's gorgeous, isn't it? I mean, look at it.
Yeah. But we don't play gorgeous 2D games anymore. We want Tama, Giddy Ball, and Labyrinth. That's what we want. I'm surprised that didn't get a release outside of Japan. It was 3D.
Right, I'm going to get chat onto their prediction. They've got their wallets, their phones and laptops out. They want to make their bets. So
did I miss the betting? Oh, Adrienne's in. Wants to do a bit of gambling.
We have Quantum P1. We have HexTree. We want to know which one is going to win. You've got 5 minutes. Get your prediction going. Here it is. So far, I believe, yes, Hex is in the lead because, quite helpfully, it says the name of the stage at the top left, so we can see that Hex is ahead. It's going to be interesting to see if, because I imagine if the difficulty is fairly high in terms of a one-hit kill, but the checkpoints are quite frequent, that we might find our racers stumbling on like certain checkpoints in particular, and maybe rinsing like quite a few lives as a result. I don't know.
When you get a game over, do you go like stage 1-1?
That's a very good question. I have no idea. It looks like there is a life count up there. It says like it's got a little icon that says ×3. So I'm not entirely sure. I guess we might find out.
Oh, science being done here today on Wheel of Struggle.
Oh, Tater's gone all in on Q, mate. Here's a little bit of insider info. HexTree's current practice time is half of Quantum Player 1's, but that means Quantum Player 1 could pull something really special out of his ass here. I mean, I underestimated him at Resident Evil 2 at much my own cost.
I'm looking forward to getting some channel points today. Hey, I'm not allowed to play favorites. I'm a host.
No, you only play favorites when I'm racing, right? And it's the opposite of me. It's like whoever's playing me is gets your vote.
That's not even remotely true. If Octobot had been here for Mean Bean Machine, I still would have wanted you to win over Octo, so it's fine.
Well, I appreciate that. That's lovely. So, Hex is on to stage 2-1.
Whereas Quantum is just starting the boss.
Not too far behind, then.
What's an Octo? An Octorock. Now I'm so hungry I could eat one. Actually, if you must know, I'm grazing on nuts and raisins at the moment.
Oh, lovely. Getting that race nutrition in.
Well, it's all about the almonds, you know. It improves your energy. So many times I'm talking about something and I can't remember something. Like the name of that Japanese PS1 RPG I was thinking of. And you know, you just need your almonds to be activated by eating almonds. That's how it works.
It's a good strategy. Let's see if our racers adopt an equally nuts strategy today. Whoa!
Bringing it back somehow. Bringing it back to you. Bringing it back now. Yeah, that was in the background. That was further back before. So we've actually moved through the city because we got closer to the cathedral.
Yeah, so this is something I saw when I was watching a video about this game last night in preparation for this race. Is that apparently like each level, and we've seen this already, at the end of the level, Ralph keeps walking, and it kind of like grays out, but it doesn't completely. And then the next level will just start. So there's this really kind of seamless blend between each level, kind of like Sonic 3 and Knuckles in my eyes, where each level carries on to the next level, and there's a real feeling of progression on a journey. Which most of these plebs in chat won't ever understand, because they're people who hate Sonic.
I couldn't imagine hating Sonic.
Well,
he has such great flawless games like Sonic 06 and Sonic Labyrinth and Sonic Rivals. So many fantastic games that everybody loves, like Sonic Edusoft and Waku Waku's Sonic Police Car.
And Sonic the Hedgehog 4.
Part 1. Part 2's okay. Episode 2's fine.
Oh, we do have some Sonic love in the chat. Thank you, Stripes.
You love to see it. Sonic he's popular to shit on. It's like Oasis, you know, and Coldplay. People pretend to not like them just because it's cool. Isn't that right, Garlips?
Yes. I don't have to pretend to be cool. I like Sonic, therefore I am cool. It's the Sonic paradox.
Dislike the blue streak, then if you don't want to see that, stop eating blue food coloring, and then there won't be a blue streak.
I was gonna say, like, don't look. I haven't paid that much attention because, like, well, it's. Decky is a very beautiful boy. It's not that I'm like checking him out, but I'm pretty sure. Don't you have a tattoo of Sonic, Decky? Don't you literally have him like imprinted in your skin with ink? Or am I just dreaming?
Whoa! Check out that cheese. Oh, little Devil Ralph just down like that, just gone.
Everyone has regrettable tattoos. I knew it.
I don't have a regrettable tattoo yet.
Yeah, there's
plenty of time.
There's still time. So Hex is now on stage 3-1, which looks gorgeous. Reminding me of Aladdin.
Looks very different to the town we were just in. Very different kind of vibe.
It's got Starlight Pits as well. Meanwhile, Q is just coming up to the boss that Hex defeated.
I was gonna say this is nothing like Aladdin, and then we literally walk past the pits that have the rib cages in,
and the blocks, and sandstones for blocks. I mean, some of these.
A person who worked on this clearly played the Aladdin game on Mega Drive.
Yeah, some of these elements are sure to be found in the desert, regardless. But you know, it does look very Aladdin to me.
Yeah. There's even a little bit of camel jazz in the background as well. Well, it's not quite. You can sort of hear it
if you squint your ears. Camel jazz. Yeah, sorry. No, we need to enunciate better. I think. Adrian got very excited then.
Camel Jizz is the same song but played in the Star Wars universe.
I was gonna make a jizz joke. God damn it! It's almost like we're related. First death for Hex. No, I'm pretty sure Hex took a death in level 1.
Definitely in 1-2 or before the boss.
I think it was in 1-1 because I think he was the first one to take a death. But since then he's bounced back
since then.
Admirably. Because Q is still on this boss for level 2 too.
Pyramid of Sphere.
Wait, is that guy doing farts? I think the guy with the wings is like farting at him.
The Devil Ralph.
Yeah. Oh, so that's what happens with the game over.
Anubis.
Looks like you just continue from a checkpoint. So I'm not sure what the point of a game over is.
Yeah. Interesting. So you have a health bar, but only for things like spikes.
So I'm going to take a look at
That's the opposite of Mega Man, where the spikes kill you, but you have a health bar for everything else.
Just catching up on chat's prediction here. We have Quantum P1 with 78% of the chat. Most of that is Tater skewed, but...
Hex had a shield. I've just been... I have been educated. Thank you.
Meanwhile, Hex has got 22% of the chat's prediction power. I think there's going to be a bit of an upset here for people with channel points. Hex currently has 100% win rate on StruggleR, and I think he's looking to keep that.
Ooh. Was that a death on... Wow, loaded up on the checkpoint. Enemy was directly on top of them. Took a second death.
Nice.
That's amazing.
Wow.
I know they're not the same game, but I was playing a Monster High game earlier, and the same thing happened to me.
You can't help but feel duped. You can't help but feel stolen from when that happens.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, Hex is cutting up much of ancient Egypt at the moment. Oh my god, it's Tutankhamun. I know him. He's famous.
It is literally the Tutankhamun. If he farts too, will he be Tutankhamun?
Oh boy. I wonder what Hex is waiting for. Oh, he's waiting for a platform cycle to get back up. Okay, makes sense. Just returning everything back at him. So yeah, well, the next thing we have to do is we have to ask chat. Here's a poll for you, chat. Which is better, Biker Grove or Grange Hill? We're going to answer this age-old battle here and now today. And you've got another 5 minutes on that prediction, that poll. So go ahead and let us know what you think.
Ooh, we got a poll.
I personally, I watched more Grange Hill than Biker Grove.
Grange Hill has that 90s theme song that's absolutely banging.
The theme song is very strong, the 90s one, yeah.
But then again, Biker Grove gave you PJ and Duncan, right?
True, exactly.
So,
yeah.
you know, and who doesn't want to get ready to rumble? Be ready and steady to rumble. So, there is that to consider. 4-1 already. There is an entire stage between our two races currently.
Yeah, this is the gap starting to open up between the two of them. Based on the practice, this makes a lot of sense. Quantum P1 was having a bit of trouble on that boss, but he's past it now, so we can hopefully...
The final boss, though, I've heard, is particularly brutal, so if they're only still a stage apart each, that could easily be caught up.
Yeah, exactly. If Hex reaches a stump... Oh, and just missed that vine there.
Oh, it is unfortunate in a way that that Quantum fell at the same time there, because that might have given Quantum a
little
edge.
bit of time to catch up, yeah.
A little bit of time to catch up.
Well, there it goes again. I think
that
being
a bit hasty. I think because it's a race.
Yeah, and like you don't want to have to wait for it to go all the way across and back again. But that, ironically, now would have been the faster play.
Yeah.
It's unfortunate, but I do this all the time. I was doing this in Klonoa 2 as well when we were racing that.
Well, during that race, I didn't activate a certain checkpoint in Volk, and then I had a fall, and that cost me.
Oh. Much like everybody in the year 2017, Hex is really seeing a lot of Vine right now.
Ha! That's funny because that was the name of a website.
Yeah.
That people used.
Look, they can't all be Tutankhamun, okay? Some of them have got to be like lower grade jokes.
They can't all be camel jizz, no?
Exactly. So a reasonable time completion for this game, Bob. Q's practice that he did on stream came in at 2 hours. He has since said that he probably did it faster than that in off-stream practice, but he wasn't timing it. Meanwhile, Hex's PB today was a 59-something. So that gives you an idea of the gulf between these two players, but that gulf may well be kind of diminishing as Hex has issues with these platforms and vines, while Quantum Player 1 starts to catch up a little bit.
Moving platforms can always be tricky like that. And this strikes me as a game where you do have to be quite accurate with your jumping.
Yeah, quite precise. It doesn't look like there's a lot of height or distance in that jump.
It's
so
not the Wizard of Oz on Super Nintendo accurate, but it's getting close.
Yeah, it's also little things as well, like as you see Ralph jumping for platforms, there's an enemy on that platform, and they presumably have to do some kind of like downward attack to hit that character while landing on the platform. If you forget to do that, maybe it'll probably knock you straight off. I don't know. Ooh. So Hex definitely taking a hit there, but carrying on. So I think there might be some elements of the levels that are not one-hit kill.
Or a shield was.
Maybe had a shield, yeah.
By Umaru.
Good point.
Umaru.
I mean, can you just imagine what kind of blisteringly amazing commentary we could give if we actually knew this fucking game? Like, holy shit.
Yeah, I mean, I could tell you about the game's designer and, you know, what they went on to do and how they got, like, a talented mangaka to design all the characters. But I'm just pulling that out of my ass. I don't know anything. But I could have a quick look up and use some science, use some technology, maybe some of that newfangled co-pilot to get some facts about this game.
I want to know, like, is Ralph a popular name in Japan? Why Ralph?
They were fans of The Simpsons.
I see. Yeah, that makes a lot of sense.
This is actually what happened to Ralph Wiggum when he was growing up. It sounded funnier in my head because it doesn't actually make any sense.
I was going to say, this level looks a lot like Rocket Knight Adventures. It's like we're getting a greatest hits of like a 16-bit platforming.
Let's see, AI hallucination or real facts. Let's go through what we've been told by modern lifeless technology. That the game's music was composed by Hiroki Kuronuma, Naoki Tsuchiya, and Hideki Sato. I'm gonna look these up and make sure this is in fact true. It's just pulling information from Wikipedia. I should have just gone straight to Wikipedia. Hideki Sato. Let's take a look. Interesting. Down as a composer, this must be a different Hideki Sato.
Yeah, I just googled
the
that.
one I'm pulling up is a Sega game director. No.
Oh, I can exclusively reveal the results of the poll. So Grange Hill won the poll. So Biker Grove is trash. It's hot garbage. Confirmed by chat.
This Google AI overview is hilarious. It's so useful when you search things, right? Useless, sorry. I searched Hiroshi Kuronuma, and it said, Hiroshi Kuronuma is a name that appears on LinkedIn.
Oh, yeah.
How useful, thank you.
Yeah, it's, I mean, you know, we live in a hellscape. Modern hellscape.
Hiroshi Kuronuma did music for Captain Commando. The PlayStation 1 version of Captain Commando.
Oh. Quantum P1 now on Tutankhamun. Oof, and taking a bad death there from some lasers coming from a snake on his forehead.
I do believe that HexTree's run of Tutankhamun was flawless, so
yeah,
that's definitely...
I think this might become the tale of StruggleR Season 2, is that quite a lot of the time sometimes it really does come down to boss execution. Adrian's Revenge did very good boss execution in Crash Bandicoot, and it definitely gained her a lot of time whenever Deck was in the lead. Same with Klonoa. I mean, Adrian is
like
the king of
boss
bosses.
Execution was pretty good in Klonoa as well. I want to say.
Yeah, no, I think we both did okay, but like Ads was doing one cycles.
I'm not talking to Ads.
Yeah, no, that's fair.
Oh.
Biker Grove, there it is. He's yelling Biker Grove at the top of his lungs.
Biker Grove.
No, see, Ads, what you're seeing here is ERB isn't focusing on you and saying that you're bad. No, he's purely just like rubbing in my face that he was second and not third, and that I was third. Your Klonoa pedestal is.
It was less than a minute between us. It would have to have gone down to IGT, in which case I would have won, but it was very close.
Yes, it was
between us in that race.
I am quite helpfully. I have not scheduled any more races against yourself or Adrian's Revenge for this season. So, no, I'm up against the Finnish AI known as Wugger, and I'm regretting my decisions. I'm also up against NBZ, who's probably going to beat me as well. Z saying, I missed my opportunity to lose all my channel points, but I'm here to root for HexTree. Q has been kicking too much ass. It's right. I think Q has destroyed me in Resident Evil 2, and now he's actually picked a race against someone who is good at games, and we're seeing the results of this front and center on your viewing device of choice.
I'm fairly sure that all our runners are good at games. That may very well be the thing that's brought us all together, being good at games.
Ah, it's kind of lovely when you think about it that way.
Just some of us are better at games than others, evidently. 5-1-3-2. But I have all the love for Quantum all the same.
Yeah, so I was, as was saying, I was watching his stream yesterday. He was playing The Weakest Link for PlayStation 1, and it was just so funny. He got in the second playthrough, he got shanked by the AI. Like, he wasn't even the weakest link, and they all voted for him. It was amazing.
So just like the real show, the AI can vote you off if it doesn't like you.
Yeah. It was really the first game. Literally, the person they voted off was like the only brown guy. The only brown guy, and like all these white people, all these old white people were like, "No, we think he was the worst. He wasn't even the weakest link. It was some guy called like Chris or Bob or something." Oh dear! I was like, "Yep, this is the 90s. This is the weakest link." You're not going to see my Trials 2 practice. You're not going to see it at all. You're not going to know until the day whether I'm a tour de force to be reckoned with or mediocre at best and flailing about on a bike's handlebars. You'll never know. Oh, Quantum taking another game over there. Meanwhile, Hex is up to the boss of 5-1. Oh no, it's this little farter again.
This is a very Mega Man fight. Flat floor, 2 walls that come down.
Yeah. That's why.
Making it look like child's play.
Absolutely. Meanwhile, Quantum's still up against Tutankhamun. Oh, wow. Absolutely gorgeous game. Go ahead.
I'm gonna level with everyone. I occasionally, once in a blue moon, make videos about Japanese games. This has been a secret bit of reconnaissance for me to see if this game is worth covering. And yeah. I need to have played this 20 years ago, really.
Now would be a perfect time to tell the chat all about the show in question, I think.
Nah.
Nah? You're going to save it till the end?
Yeah, when I plug.
Fair enough. We've now got Q past Tutankhamun and on to the next level. He's in the forest/jungle.
And look at this execution. Not even waiting for the vine, it's just right there. I know that's a different vine, but I'm just trying to big him up. Oh.
I mean, I would struggle with a one-hit kill platformer, personally.
Yeah, I think if you want to get into a game like this, you've got to start with maybe Miracle Girls and then work your way up to Little Ralph.
The only thing I've really played with a one-hit kill mode is a game called The Evil Within, which has got
Akumu.
Yeah, it's got a mode called Akumu mode where you get killed in one hit. I'll race anyone who wants to on Evil Within Akumu mode. I will defeat you. But I probably won't beat Akumu mode during the race. It'll just be a who got furthest. You'll race me, Handsome Strife. At the Evil Within, are you sure about that?
Are you sure about that?
How's next week for you? How's about today? Mate, I completed Akuma mode. It took me 8 streams of like 6 hours. I did it.
Is there a trophy or achievement attached to it?
Of course.
Right, I'm never playing it.
Well, why else would I do it?
I'm never playing it. No.
Fair enough. It's but it is kind of like there are like plentiful checkpoints in that game, so it does become a kind of like a okay, I'm up against the next checkpoint, and you grind your face against it until you get past it. That feeling, that elation is.
Uncharted 3 felt like that. Like there were just you would breeze through the game on the hardest difficulty, but every now and then there would be a checkpoint that was just no.
Yeah, the Uncharted, especially brutal and crushing modes, are very much like that. It's just kind of like one more go. Can we do this checkpoint? Can we get to the next one? Kind of. I love games like that.
There's a lot of them where you do have to just run forwards. You just have to rush through.
Yeah, ironically. Sure, if you want it to be one-sided, I'll race you whenever you like, Handsome Strife, at pretty much whatever you like. But just don't forget that we've got a Bad Run Club race coming up in the next month, and that's going to be taking up a lot of our time. So if you really want to divide your time between that and practicing The Evil Within, a game I've never seen you play, feel free. But probably better suited to running.
Has the super secret race been discussed yet on these races yet? I don't know.
Oh, you're talking about the final race of the season, the blind race. Yeah, so we have revealed that to the public. Yes. It's going to be absolutely fantastic. It's yourself, Lovenfleefen, Adrian's Revenge, and Decky F. You're going to be playing 2 games that none of you have played before. And it's going to be really exciting to see that, because I will have with me on commentary NBZ, and we will have both played both games before the stream, so we'll be able to commentate quite effectively. But at the same time, it's going to be really fun to see how no practice, just instinct, pure instinct is going to drive these races.
I like to think that I have a very good instinct when it comes to learning games. You know, being good at a game and being good enough to race a game and knowing a game by the back of my hand, no. I don't have the patience for that, but picking up a game quickly, I feel like that's a skill I have, so I'm looking forward to actually showing that off.
And it's really interesting because of all the racers in that race, I've talked to you, and literally all 4 of you have said the same thing to me.
Oh,
so
shit.
It's going to be really fun. It's going to be really interesting. You all rate your chances, which ironically for StruggleR races, usually everyone's like, "Oh, I think I'm in second." Like
I don't rate my chances anymore. Give up.
It's too late. You believed in yourself. Like Parappa the Rapper said. Yeah. That's like the Cuso Grande, right? I believe so. That's like, isn't that like bad games, the Cuso Grande?
Well, these are as well, aren't they?
Not necessarily bad games, no. Just games you've never played before.
Oh, right, okay. So they could be good.
Yeah.
The 2 games you picked, they're good, are they?
I haven't played them yet,
do they
but
have like a 5-star rating on Steam? Would I be able to like figure out which one is which purely by guesswork?
I think
if I play everything on Steam now, before now in the race, will you have to change the game?
I would have to change one of the games, yes.
So then I just have to play everything on itch.io as well, and then
yes, you would have both. So really, if you can pull that off in time, then fair play to you. You'll invalidate yourself from the race.
No, because I will not invalidate myself from the race.
Oh, I see. Yeah.
How did I know it was the game that we were going to race? So it's pure random. If I play everything on there, then play a little bit of that Simpsons themed horror game on itch.io.
Stripes brings up an interesting point. How do you know they haven't played them? The odds are very good that they haven't played them, and if they have and they admit to it, then we will thank them very much for their honesty, and they will join the commentators commentating the race. If they have played it and they don't tell us about it, well, that's on them, and God will punish them as sinners in his lake of fire. So, it's kind of like, how much do you want to piss off not only God, but the council who put on this race, It's probably better not to lie.
He has to catch me first.
You secretly hope they've all played both. Handsome Strife, what did I ever do to you? Did we confirm the presence of a backseating dog? So Tato brings up an interesting point here. Quantum Player 1 recently played 16-bit at Dodonpachi and won that race. And there was some question about whether a dog that was leaving Quantum P1's house at the time that he went briefly to say goodbye to gave him some gameplay tips on his way out, because Q then came back and absolutely smashed it. So we were like, did the dog tell him something?
You know what? That's barking man.
It certainly is. But I also think that that dog, as far as I'm aware, has not returned to Q's house. So maybe that's why we're seeing Q losing here. It's an interesting correlation that Tater's brought up, you know? Meanwhile, Hex is absolutely destroying Valgo, who forgot his trousers today.
You don't get to stay adult for very long. Ralph is a boy again.
Meanwhile, Quantum Player 1 is entering the fight with Travant, who has remembered his trousers but has forgotten his shirt.
I'm sure that I've fought that guy in Soul Calibur. Lizard Man. This victory strengthens the soul of
Lizard Man.
Zasalamel.
Cervantes.
Yeah, he has to fit it in a second in Soul Calibur 3, so it's like, Zasalamel.
Mackenzie and co. Yeah. Oh, do you know what, Handsome Strife? What am I doing this week? Hang on. Let me change one of my stream days. What day is best for you, Handsome Strife, for me to play Mackenzie and co?
Mackenzie and co?
Yeah, so Handsome Strife keeps trying to get me to play this fucking... It's not edutainment, but it's kind of like this... Like, point-and-click adventure game, puzzle game, CD-ROM thing from the 90s that's about a girl and a group of friends and going, like, boys and stuff.
Designed to be played by girls.
Yeah.
Where have you... This looks like American Girls. Where has this been all my life?
Handsome Strife says Friday's good. Look, Handsome Strife is actively...
Hold on, is this a dating sim? Is this a USA dating sim? This is like a USA Otome game.
Handsome Strife really wants me to play it, but he also wants me to, like, become divorced, because he's suggesting I play it on Valentine's Day, which, like, no. If I stream on Valentine's Day, Blades might as well leave me, and she'd be right to. Any day but Friday. Oh, look at this! Look at this dragon. This dragon is not messing about.
Oh wow, it's Volvagia. Volvagia? Volvagia? Help me pronounce this.
I've always said Volvagia, but like other people say Volvagia.
I'd have to have a look at the hiragana, the kanji. Volvagia.
I think the the Western team that localized the game should have just gone with Fire Fanny. Quantum Player 1 sleeping on some spikes there. Not good. Meanwhile, Hex is heading on to stage 7 too.
It's looking like a sure bet, isn't it, at this point? I'm holding out hope that there's some secret warp that is going to accidentally get triggered.
Oh, my mistake. 7-1.
I played Metal Slug 3 once, right? And I walked forwards, jumped, and it warped me to like several stages forwards, and I have no idea what happened to this day. And I wonder if there's a warp like that in this game that Quantum's gonna find, and it's just gonna whoosh straight forwards. Now's the time to find it if there is.
Exactly.
It's an enemy on a spring. Oh man. That looks very frustrating.
See,
Yeah.
this is the kind of thing that I would really struggle with. Ironically enough.
Because it's StruggleR.
Because it's StruggleR in it.
Funny.
Yeah.
Funny. Witty. Witty bants.
Well, we're here today, chat, with the guy who came up with the original name / provided the concept for StruggleR. So
Yeah. Well, that's the thing. I'm good at names. I'm just not good at doing things.
well, I'm good at the doing things. Oh my god,
Those faces are amazing.
Those faces are so good.
Oh, that's an emote right there. Suppose they figure if you're getting this far in the game, they may as well just put a silly face in just to distract you.
Oh, why not? It delightful. Oh, and there's a naked Cyclops Angel as well. Cool. Oh, it's not. Wait, it's not Cyclops. Is that a Trilby? What the?
No, I think he's just got like his head is crusting up.
Oh, lovely.
Normally we'd go to the doctor if our head crusts up, but he's just sort of he's letting it happen.
He's making the best of it. Tater says that's a dark elf. Yep, Tater would know. It's a fun little reference back to our first race of the season.
Slide whistle.
It's alright, Hex is giving Quantum some time here to catch up. Plus we get to see the faces again, which is nice.
Yeah. They're amazing.
They're also farting as well, like...
They probably don't even look like that. It's just because Ralph's a kid. Everything is sort of like farts to him, because that's what's funny. You know, farts and slime and Mr. Beast YouTube videos.
Maybe this is... Yeah, it's a comment on the... on what it is to be a man in the 21st century. Predominantly a child. Occasionally having to fight people as an adult. Obsessed with farts. Yeah, it checks out. So yeah, that whole like landing but also doing a hit, that I would just forget to do that all the time.
I think I'd struggle with that, because in most platformers, I jump forwards, I overshoot a platform, and then I steer back to the correct distance. Like in Mario, I'll jump to the right and then hold left to land back on the platform. So if I had to do that and sword thrust downwards at the same time, I think I would struggle.
Oh, this is gorgeous. Look at that wispy number.
Oh, I thought you were talking about the ruins in the background. I mean,
both.
Ferrica too.
My brain just started going, Ferrica. Ferrica. Fuck yeah. Kicking Ralph in the motherfucking face, yeah.
I was trying to think of something witty to go along with that, but I just can't.
It's my Tutankhamun.
No. It was good, but it's no Tutankhamun, I'm sorry.
Oh, Hex taking another death there. Meanwhile, Hex is clinging on.
Oh.
Oh, there it is. Oh, maybe not. Oh, no, there it is.
Do a tiger upper. Isn't a drop.
Tiger. Pretty much the only time I've played Street Fighter is because of the Wheel of Struggle, and that's also meant playing 5 hours of it in one sitting. So, like, I don't recommend that personally.
I think there are fighting games that you would get into, but I think they're the fighting games that have a storyline and cutscenes.
Yeah, I think that's why I like Soul Calibur. because it had that whole adventure
so
mode.
basically, what I'm saying is you'd like Dead or Alive 4 Ultimate, Dead or Alive 5 Ultimate.
Probably. Plus, that series is famous for tits, right?
Yes.
So yeah, I mean, there's.
But that was around about the time they started putting more clothing on the characters.
Oh,
like
okay.
5 and 6 are they're a bit more subtle, shall we say?
I'd just like to give a special shout out to my oftentimes fellow commentator Taylor84 in the chat there, who's demonstrating how to write something wrong, like a wrong opinion. Congratulations there, fella. Like, don't be like Taylor84 there. He's the example.
Well, is this a case of fighting games? In which case, yes, Street Fighter is better than Sonic the Fighters and Sonic Battle. If you're saying like fighting games, yeah, Street Fighter has better fighting games than Sonic has fighting games.
Hex clutched out a win there. Did you see the sliver of the health bar he had left? Incredible.
So it's all that grazing, all that graze damage from attacking her while she was blocking. Chip damage? That's what they call it, not graze damage. Grazing is when you slide right by a bullet or an enemy in a shmup. Chip damage is when you deal damage through defense.
I just noticed that guy has a little jet that comes out of his arse.
They all fart.
Yeah, I know, but Valgo, like, there were flames. There were naked flames. I saw them.
Yeah, he's naked and there's flames. Makes perfect sense. Got the horse, got the radish. Yeah! Deal that chip damage! Sure you can. Sure you can. Do a Kamehameha. So how many stages have we got? Is it 8? Is this like the final castle?
Possibly.
There's no way we're there already.
It would be pretty good timing for Hex to be there,
Yeah.
but we don't know. Maybe that's with a few attempts at the final boss. I've definitely seen. So I saw Quantum Player 1 playing this as part of his campaign streams. I want to say like 6 to 8 months ago, and I remember this level in particular. I watched for an hour, and he was stuck in this level for over an hour. So the one that Hex is in right now. So
yeah.
It might just be the case that it's a very long level, or it might be that it gets very tricky.
I'm sure that it's just a coincidence, but this is 2 Mega Drive games I've now seen copied by this game. Because that room where the buckets are going up on chains is like the mill level from Vectorman.
Yeah.
I wonder if one of the designers on this project played a lot of Mega Drive and was inspired to steal. It's like, they didn't play Vectorman in Japan, they didn't play Aladdin in Japan, they won't know if we stole from these American-developed Mega Drive games.
Oh my god, conspiracy theory, that's why it was never released over here.
Yeah,
You're putting the pieces together.
Yeah, pick up the pieces, go back to square one.
Love a good Dream Theater reference. Handsome Strife now saying he owns the Evil Within. Okay, so now he's just got to get good at it. But I'll race you, mate. I'll race you. Akumi mode.
Paid for the Evil Within? It was a freebie a while back on Epic Game Store. Maybe you don't have a gaming PC, in which case, fair enough.
I don't.
Or you just didn't know at the time, and you
Strife
missed out
does,
on
but yeah,
free copies
might not have known about it.
Yeah, there were free copies of both games, a week apart. Hopefully, you didn't pay too much for it.
Ooh, Secret Passage.
So this is a game about growing up. Ralph is growing up, and he has now finally gained access to the Secret Passage.
He has. And, fighting enemies with progressively less clothes as well. It's just, it's about the loss of innocence. and farts. Oh, The Evil Within's easily worth £2. It's a great game.
Oh no, that's a good price for that.
And The Evil Within 2 is a great game as well. But very different. Like, Evil Within 2 is more like survival horror-y, especially modern survival horror. Like, I feel like Resident Evil 2 Remake and Alan Wake 2 especially took a lot of influence from Evil Within 2. It's a shame that we're not going to get a third one, at least seemingly not.
I've heard that The Evil Within 2, that halfway through the game, it just reuses tons of stuff from the first game.
There is a section where
like
you revisit
bosses and areas. And...
Yeah, it's not.
Yeah.
I think narratively there's a reason why, because you are revisiting some aspects of the main character's past, which were from the first game. But I don't think it overstays its welcome. It's certainly not too long. It's certainly not the major part of the game. So I think it's excusable for story reasons.
Fair enough. They strike me as long games, so I've never really sat down with them because of,
The first one is just goes on forever. It's like you think it should be coming to an end, and then it just carries on. The second one is...
I got nothing against long games. Like, I'll play Persona 5 for 90 hours, or I'll play Danganronpa for 70 hours, but they're not games that require you to be hiding behind cover, shooting enemies, managing inventory, all those things that are hectic. 40 hours of hectic puts me off, but 100 hours of just menuing or reading text doesn't.
Yeah, that's fair. When it comes to Evil Within, there are a couple of, especially on Akumu, there are a couple of levels that people say, if you can't do this level, don't do the rest of Akumu, because, this is one of the hardest points in it, and those bottlenecks. Yeah. But there are other chapters that are fairly okay, and you can get through quite well, so... But it is massively long game. Unlike this one, which Hex is, coming up towards the end of, and it's not even an hour yet.
This reminds me a little bit, with its weighty platforming, it reminds me a little bit of that Ghost Sweeper Mikami game on Super Famicom I love so much.
Yeah, I can see it.
Except you don't die in one hit in that. You get 5 hearts that regularly refill, so...
Right, we've now got Quantum Player 1 on the Bone Dragon. Meanwhile, we have Hex taking a death there in this kind of underground mine section. Hidden passage.
But getting plenty of corn, so it's not too bad.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know if the points gained grant extra lives or what have you, but yeah.
He's a growing man. He needs some corn to to get his strength. Oh, seamless tunnel time. Castle, tower.
Oh, it's beautiful.
The music is fantastic. It's a bit of an excessive water feature, though.
It is, but it screams also, I am the final boss and I have a lot of money.
Yeah, opulence for sure.
Also, Medusas, reminiscent of Castlevania. Kind of like a...
So when does the entire castle flip upside down, and then you have to play the entirety of Little Ralph but upside down?
That's the question. Oh, look at the way Hex is dealing with these. Oh, it's beautiful.
E1 making short work of that dragon.
Oh, he knows just where to duck. Yep, Quantum's still bringing up the rear. It's still possible that Hex could have some kind of nightmare.
I think the one place where I really saw Quantum come apart in this race was the Tutankhamun boss.
Yeah, it definitely cost him some time.
It was parrying the shots back at the end. It would take most of the health off Tutankhamun, but then not parry the fireballs back, instead trying to dodge them.
Yeah, and Hex here is doing a really cool strategy, which is he seems to know exactly what's coming in each room, and so if there are enemies, he'll kind of deal with all of them before he moves on, which is playing quite carefully.
Whoa!
Yeah, the music
This
is
DDR music.
Yeah, so good.
I think this music plays in like Parodius. Like when you're having to like fly underneath the lady's crotch. You know what I'm talking about? Look at that, squished.
Yeah, these platforms look absolutely nuts.
But people with no context will go flying under the lady's crotch. What? It's a Parodius thing. Don't worry. We should race Parodius.
Shmups? Really? I'm not a shmupper, I'm afraid.
Yeah, but we can play on easy. If we play forever with you, then we get the hilarious voiceover throughout the whole game. The Japanese man that won't shut up. Who's like talking to you about the weather and how nice the level is, and you're just like, shut up. I just want to focus on what I'm doing.
Oh, so this is Hex is definitely giving Quantum a chance to. Oh well, and Quantum just squandered that chance. These platforms look particularly brutal though, with the whole like constant guillotine smashy thingy. Whoa.
Admittedly, with less crushing and blood, but there was a room similar to that in Sonic and Shadow Generations in one of the Shadow stages that was just nasty. It took so much practice to get it right. Ooh.
Yeah,
very Mortal Kombat, that pit of spears.
I thought you were going to say the music as well. Mortal Kombat. Dun, dun, dun.
It's got like an Immortals vibe to it, isn't it?
Oh. Yeah, see, I would have no end of trouble in a room like this, because it's the whole, you need to wait on this platform, then move to this platform, wait. Like, it's the timing thing that just, like... Oh, look at those jump... Oh, never mind, I should have said something. But yeah...
Say more. Oh, no!
So
Worms,
those... Yeah, they're kind of, like, grub lava things.
Larvae.
Ah, so they can be destroyed. Okay.
I was really excited to see the creepy face again, and then immediately straight afterwards, Quantum got defeated.
I love that they look at you.
Nice strat there.
They look at you before they fart.
They know what they're doing.
They know what they're doing. Yeah. So yeah, this looks absolutely horrendous, but like, even though Hex is failing it at the moment, he's making it look easy. And I can see that we're counting down, so it looks like there are only 4 rooms left after this. This is room number 5.
Were counting down. I wasn't paying attention to the signs. You could say you saw the sign. You opened up your eyes. You saw the sign.
I did.
This game is demanding, and I have no understanding.
Right, so where does a game over put Hex? No, right back at that checkpoint. Like, I don't understand what a game over does then, because it's just the same as having infinite lives.
Oh? Is this to plan the jumps?
Oh, maybe.
Bit of pause buffer in there.
Very nice.
He's gonna do a super slide. He's gonna do a bomb hover. Needs to pause buffer. I know speedruns. I know speedrun tricks. They're speedrun tricks, right, aren't they?
Absolutely. Yep.
Right, there we go. Perfect. I did it, Mom.
Look at that crown. Look at that crown there. The devs are just like, come on, take it. You know you want to.
If he doesn't get that crown, then he can't get his crowned victory royale.
Exactly. And things won't be Daijobu.
No crowned victory royale, huh?
Oh, it looks like... Do you see there he kind of had a choice of route?
Yeah.
That was interesting. Oh, here we go. Do we think this might be it?
Yeah, this looks somewhat serious, doesn't it?
Right, we know that the final boss is called Desato or something like that, so we'll be looking for a...
Destarosa!
That's it.
Destarosa.
So we'll definitely be looking for a life bar and a name.
Meanwhile, Quantum's getting Destarosed by Ferrica, but I too would also be unable to focus properly fighting Ferrica, so it's fine. My eyes would be somewhere else. on that beautiful ruin in the background there. Very pretty.
Yeah, very, very pretty. Q is not taking no for an answer. He's fighting back.
Yeah. He's gonna do the Daigo counter thing, where he like blocks each move. It's a Street Fighter 3 thing.
Got a slither of a health bar left.
Yeah.
Come on, Q lad. You can do it. Oh, it's so close. You can do it, Q.
We should be focusing on Destarosa. Ah! It's got to be him. Yeah, he's got a lot to say.
Welcome to my castle, little Ralph.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is Destarosa. So we've got Hex on the final boss here now. I don't know how long this takes, but this could well be a PB for HexTree.
This is a PB. HexTree still has plenty of opportunity to bring this down further with practice.
Well,
there
yeah.
were so many deaths. That...
I'm looking at his splits. A 59-57 was his PB today. But it says here his sum of best is somewhere in the region of 45 minutes. So...
Why does Destarosa seem so easy?
I think that's it.
Would time be on credits? I don't know.
Oh, wait, there's another
second
phase.
phase.
There's another phase. There we go. He's like, no, for real this time. I've taken off my limiter.
He seemed too easy to be a final boss. If a final boss seems easy like that, there's going to be a second phase to it. Or if it's a Souls-like, there's going to be 3 phases to every boss. I'm going to show myself up for being terrible at Souls-likes, right? But I tried playing that Wolong game that came out like last year or the year before or whatever.
Yeah.
And I was struggling against the first boss, and I finally beat him, and I'm like, yeah, first boss is dead. Phase 2.
Oh,
Killed me
no.
in one hit. It's like, game
no.
uninstalled. I'm so glad I was playing it on Game Pass. I am not a Souls-like guy. I won't touch games like that.
It's not really for me either. I like the whole idea of like learning through death to become better, but for me, it's the way the stories are delivered in such an ambient way that I like to be told, hey, look, there's this guy, he's a cunt, you want to kill him. I don't want to be like, oh, I must read the item description on like a piece of shit that I picked up to know the story.
So what you're basically saying is you don't want to have to find documents and pick them up and read them in order to find out what's going on. And yet you're a fan of survival horror games.
Wait a minute, not like that. You remember that comic, internet comic of that dog that's just like, hey! Oh, is this the final hit or do we have a phase 3? Let's have a look-see.
Should we time it based on the credits and then...
That is it, that is it. That's
it.
time for Hex. So, well, I will unmute and undeafen Hex, and we will congratulate the victor. Right. HexTree, congratulations.
Thank you very much.
The very evil Destarosa. We were convinced he was going to have a phase 3. Only had a phase 2 in him after all.
Yeah.
We can exclusively reveal. I don't think there's too fine a point about kind of like what's the word? Metering it out. You are first place, sir. Congratulations. A blistering pace.
Thank you very much.
Your final time came in at somewhere around 1 hour and 1 minute, which is not far off your PB from earlier today.
Yeah.
And
that's pretty good. Yeah.
Yeah, we were, and you know, absolutely incredible because there were so many sections that you just kind of flew through, and it really showed how you'd memorized those particular patterns when it came to platforms and things. You were even making some of those final rooms that, you know, are horrendous, and I would struggle with, you know, for hours. You kind of like just made them look easy.
Yeah, I mean, the game's almost completely deterministic. There's 1 or 2 places Like there was one platform where I was pause buffering to get across. That's like the one thing I can think of which is actually RNG, as for the cycles of the fireballs. But so I usually pause buffer that. But yeah, as you say, for the most of the game, you can just learn like sequences and cycles.
Absolutely. And that Ferrica boss fight where you won with a slither of health left.
Width of a pixel, yeah.
Yeah.
It's alright, because we're about to see Quantum do the same.
Yeah.
I have faith. Yeah, look at that.
Oh, no, he's not quite
So
done
close.
yet. Oh no, Ferrica just took him out.
Upset.
So that kind of like lets you know roughly where Quantum Player 1 is. You I believe you took the lead fairly early on, although you were the first death, I think. I'm not sure.
Yeah, I always die within the first like 20 seconds. Yeah.
Yeah, but apart from that, you've been leading. Quantum had particular trouble with Tutankhamun.
Oh right.
So
was it the moths? I went for an early.
I think what was screwing him up was that he wasn't countering the fireballs at the end, whereas you parried them and sent them back to Tutankhamun, which pretty much. Yeah, I'm pretty sure you did that boss in one go, and you absolutely cleaned house.
Yeah, if anything
Beautifully done.
trips me up, it's those snake balls. Yeah.
Well, massive congratulations. I think it's totally within Quantum Player 1's power to finish this race today. So we're going to give him a bit of time before we check in with him. Feel free to, if you need to hop off to mute yourself, but otherwise you're welcome to stay and we could watch the race together.
Regarding audio, are you switching to Quantums, or do you want me to leave some sort of game music on?
I would absolutely prefer that if possible. Yes, please, because Quantum Player 1...
I'll leave it on the menu screen.
Perfect. QP1 can't separate his audio chat, so that's why we would hear ourselves coming through.
Why is their ass out? Because you had to stare at his ass for the rest of the game, and the ass of the creatures that were farting and staring at the camera.
Yeah, they particularly cracked us up. They kind of look at the camera and then they do a little poot.
They have a little expression. They know what they're about to do. It's like a child that misbehaves but has the look on their face first. They know they're about to misbehave.
Is this going to be it for Quantum Player 1? Is he finally going to beat Ferrica?
Please beat Ferrica.
It's looking good. Oh.
Shuriken!
There it is.
Yeah!
There it is.
Perfect.
Yeah, in some ways, Ferrica's actually less consistent than the final boss. Like the final boss, you can sort of stun lock him a bit more reliably if you know what you're doing.
Yeah, definitely phase 1. He seemed to melt. Okay, so that puts Quantum onto the final set of stages here. Brover Castle. Ironically, sounds like you've taken the word Biker Grove and shortened it a bit.
I knew this was secretly a Biker Grove video game.
Oh, we asked chat, by the way, which one's better, Biker Grove or Grange Hill, and Grange Hill won, so...
Wow.
I also can exclusively reveal that chat did their predictions. They got their phones and laptops out and started betting. And the majority of chat, 78%, put their money on Quantum Player 1, which in retrospect seems a little foolhardy. So, yeah, but
I'm looking forward to my payout as soon as someone closes that.
I will close the bet right now while I remember to do it. So, congratulations, HexTree, and to all of the people who put channel points on you. There you go.
Oh, yeah. Payday.
I believe the majority of points on Q was Tater84. He apparently went all in. So, rough there, Tates.
I win 10,440. Thank you very much.
Wow, I'm on the channel for all of these races and also every wheel spin, and I have less points than you.
Well, I had 2,000 or so, and I just dropped them all. Dropped them all on Hex.
I mean, the funny thing as well, apart from to add insult to injury to Tater84's immeasurable loss here today of channel points, he also was the only person previously to have a 100% success rate in StruggleR. You now have a 100% sex rate? Wow. You have a 100% success rate, Hex, but also you've got it over 2 races, while Tater has only taken part in 1. So you are currently the most decorated, most successful StruggleR racer.
Nice.
Yeah, Wugger. Like, I challenge anyone to try and say, like, Hex success rate at once and not say the word sex.
Hex success rate, hex success rate, hex success rate.
All right. You know what?
I heard sex.
Hey, you said you challenged me. I did it. What do I win?
So here goes QP1. He's making his way through the Brover Castle.
Wasn't that a character off Sesame Street?
Tater's saying until the race on March 8th, and then it will be a 200% success rate for him as well. Probably, but in the meantime, Hex gets to exclusively occupy that space. So, although Tater is the favourite for that race, so.
Oh, I just had an idea for a potential race.
Okay.
Garlips.
That's me.
Castle of Illusion on normal.
Oh, Mega Drive.
Yeah. Not easy because that's 3 stages.
Yeah. I remember playing easy a lot.
What's behind this door? It's just a picture of you upset because you lost. Oh, it's gonna be brilliant. The fighting talk will make itself.
Oh, by the way, chat, this is the opening cutscene that we didn't get to see during the course of the usual race. So here we are. Here's naked child. Enjoy.
Oh no.
Thank you, handsome Strife. Oh, Tater's calling you out, Hex. Hex versus Tater, Uno. How does one race Uno?
Is there a video game for it?
Presumably.
There are so many Uno games you would not believe. There's so many Japan-exclusive Uno games alone. There's one for Sega Saturn and PlayStation that has an anime opening.
Oh, nice. But they'll give anything an anime opening in Japan. Case in point, Battle Construction Vehicles for PS2.
Magical Hoppers for PlayStation 1 and Saturn. Also known as Pandemonium.
Oh, Pandemonium. Nice. BCV is a fighting game where you battle with JCBs.
Yes, the artwork is very reminiscent of Salaryman Kintaro, so I'm assuming it's the same artist who did the character designs for it. So it's an awfully familiar, similar art style. Let me look that up.
Oof. The timing on these flames is very tricksy.
Yeah.
The European release notably gives the characters English accents. I'm sold.
I mean, not that I play them, but I gather that's the whole deal with or whatever it is. Xenoblade Chronicles? Like, basically every Welsh voice actor in the world is employed solely by that game.
Here we are. The person who designed me and other characters was Hiroshi Motomiya, who is popular for Otoko and Salaryman Kintaro. I knew the art style was familiar!
There you go.
There we go.
Oof. So what happened there? Like, it looked like he was doing the attack downwards to defeat the enemy and land on the platform, but it still managed to hit him.
Yeah, I guess it has a bit of a wide
Yeah.
attack range. I've never tried that way.
Ah, here we go. Here's the spiky bit.
This is very Mega Man. There was the fight earlier against
Oh.
the Devil Boy, where two walls come up, Mega Man style.
At least you get a nice little kind of telegraph of where they're going to be.
Yeah, it's like Aladdin.
Yeah.
At least it doesn't give you like a question mark. It says, where is it going to be?
Oh, so another question that came up, Hex. Is there really a punishment when it comes to a game over? Because it seems as though when you game over, you pretty much start exactly from the last checkpoint you hit.
So there's like hard checkpoints and there's soft checkpoints. So sometimes they might coincide, but sometimes if you game over, you go back to a further back checkpoint.
Right, gotcha.
Right.
That makes sense.
But aside from that, there's no other penalties that you can game over as many times as you want.
Okay, cool.
I might actually play this one then. It looks so good. I can't believe that I've never played this before.
It does seem to be, we were remarking, it seems to be kind of like a greatest hits when it comes to these 16-bit platformers. We've had levels that looked a bit like Rocket Knight, levels that looked a bit like Mega Man, levels that looked a bit like Sonic. It's
But I just want to correct you. It's a greatest hits of 16-bit platformers, but this is not a 16-bit platformer.
Yes, of course.
But yes, as you say, there's a lot of things that are in already existing great games that have been stolen wholesale.
Amaro, I think if we checked in with Hugh at this point, he would just assume that he's lost. I think it's actually more cruel to not talk to him because he might think that
I think he's got good focus right now. I think we should, just let him.
This is the hardest level as well. You know, it's the final levels as well. So I feel like I don't want to be responsible for that.
Before the race, Hugh expressed an interest in finishing the race.
Yeah.
So
unless
timing in now might,
Yeah, unless he's going super over, like having a really hard time, then we might intervene and let him know how things are shaking out. But at the moment, he seems, be on target to beat the game by an hour 30. So we'll just let him go for it. Taking the shield, nice.
just giving up on the sword upgrade now.
Yeah, it probably doesn't do much on this level.
Oh.
Yeah, that second ghost comes out of nowhere.
Oh, he really does.
Second time, yeah.
So, and now, where will it send him back to? Yeah. So I see that's the hard checkpoint, so to speak.
Yeah. That Castle of Illusion. It all comes back to Castle of Illusion. Constantly.
Well, I've only... Literally, my memory is only of the first couple of levels of that game. So, yeah, I'll take you on, but I'm going to have to play it. And see if I can even beat it first. There we go, he's got it. There we go.
8-2. This is the bit that's flying battery zone.
Yeah.
You know, when you're on the underneath of the aircraft, you've got to swing on things. You could just do that with this game. You could just think of like any other existing game and just say, "Oh, it takes this from this and this from."
Well,
this.
it looked a lot like Ice Cap Zone a few levels back as well.
You know what? You're right. This is a secret Sonic game, and yet, you know, the Sonic haters enjoy this for some reason. Curious.
Yeah, we were joking that those spiked metal things are the gossip stones from Zelda.
They do look a lot like them,
They have
yeah.
little eyeballs on them, but they're not going to tell me where randomized items are.
Sadly not.
No.
And if they do, they'll tell you in Japanese.
That's true. And, you know, they don't always tell you. I've hit a randomizer, had it quote Bob Ross to me, and it's like, thanks. That's
Yeah,
not
that
actually helpful.
sadly though,
That score screen, like, where it's... Sorry, go on.
I was just going to say, sadly though, there are no Sonic games on the roster. Not even in Season 1 of StruggleR. Well, no, we had Sonic CD actually. So yeah, Season 2, there are no Sonic games on the roster.
Ultra Bonding's Mean Bean Machine.
Doesn't count.
It does count because I was the only person who chose a Puyo game for their greatest game in the franchise.
The other choices were Sonic games. Therefore, by their very nature, that means it was a Sonic game.
I see. Okay, so yeah, you've got me on a technicality there.
I'm technically correct, and as we know, that's the best kind of correct.
Yeah,
This
these
section's pretty rough.
yeah, these Medusa heads very reminiscent of Castlevania as well.
What about a Puyo Da race?
Oh my goodness, I refuse to race a rhythm game because I love rhythm games, so I probably don't want to ever ruin them by racing them. Also,
that is fair.
yeah. Also, like at that point, it basically comes down to menuing because if you can do the level perfect, then it's just about how fast you are in the menus.
Yeah, but try doing a Puyo Da perfectly in the later stages. Try winning in one play of a song. It's not happening.
That's fair.
Certain games lend themselves to races. Games like these lend themselves to races.
Absolutely.
Rhythm games, not so much. Visual novels, probably not.
Yeah.
How fast can you hold down skip?
Well, there are people. There's a speedrun page for Danganronpa.
Okay, but Danganronpa has a little bit more in it, like the bullet battles and the mini games that kind of like differentiate it from just being a.
Yeah, I
visual novel.
suppose so. But the one thing I will say is like a lot of it just looks like menuing and fast menuing, and as a speedrunner, that's my least favorite thing to do.
Yeah.
There's a Sonic visual novel, The Murder of Sonic Hedgehog.
Oh yeah, the
Yeah.
Murder of Sonic Hedgehog. I still haven't played that.
Yeah, same.
I set myself up with a Linux PC and I installed a bunch of Steam games on there to play, and then didn't get around to it because setting up even Linux Mint is a pain. But as of yesterday, SteamOS is now open for anybody to install on any hardware, so I'll probably set my Linux machine back up and install SteamOS on it. That's
Nice.
the operating system. Yeah, the same operating system that the Steam Deck runs on.
It's coming up to the what we call the Final Fantasy trials.
Yeah, the numbered
Starting with
rooms.
13 and counting
Yeah.
down. Oh. But the checkpoints in here are fairly, the rooms are
every
hard, but you
individual
get
room
one.
is a hard checkpoint. Yeah.
Exactly, yeah. I mean, this is absolutely no offense to anyone who likes doing the whole Linux thing, but anytime anyone ever mentions Linux, I just think, oh, cool. So the same thing with more steps.
Yeah. It's like that one Rick and Morty joke. It's X, but with more steps.
Oh, squished. So there are some safe spots in this room where you can kind of hang for a sec. Yeah, it's this one that looks particularly mean.
Yeah, you basically got to hit it as it's coming down. So you land on the platform just as it's open. Manjaro, I might consider it. Linux Mint was supposed to be really easy, right? But then out of the box, it didn't support DVDs. I couldn't do DVD playback unless I went in terminal and sudoed a bunch of lines. And, you know, it was just a pain. All I wanted to do was watch my Castle of Cagliostro USA Region 1 DVD. No. You have to install a whole bunch of special drivers first, just to be able to load a DVD. And then my friend who set up Linux at the same time, DVDs just worked for him. So I have no idea what's going on.
That's fun.
But Linux is like that for me. It's always more complicated for me.
I don't want to sound like a dickhead, but every time anyone ever talks to me about stuff like that, I think of the Simpsons meme where Milhouse's dad is saying, "Do you sleep in a car bed?" And Homer goes, "No, I sleep at home with my Windows PC." Here we go. Hex is going to do it this... No.
Oh!
First of all, it's Quantum, not Hex. And second, he didn't do it. So that was completely wrong statement there from me.
Oh, I thought we just travelled back in time.
Yeah, when he lands on that second platform, he's got to pause for a while before he goes to the third one. I don't know if he knows that, but well, that's the only way I found to do it.
Yeah, it's almost like you kind of hug the wall as it's going down and up again to kind of like not quite land on the platform, but be as close to it. So once it moves out of the way, you can land.
There's a crushing door in Sonic CD in the in Metallic Madness Act 3 that's very similar. You can sort of hit the door and then land on the little bit of platform.
Yeah, I know the one you're talking about.
And that's like the only way to consistently do that bit.
Oh.
Just spoiled yourself.
You did, Kramit? Also, welcome in, Kramit.
Or is that a typo and you actually meant to write, "Fuck, I just soiled myself"?
It is a very exciting race.
Oh, he's done it.
Hey, well done.
You got past the hardest room.
No, for me, the hardest room is the platform that takes you over all the fireballs.
Yeah, that did look pretty bullshit, to be fair.
Where you were pause buffering.
Said, you had to pause buffer because they don't go in a regular pattern.
Yeah.
Oh, I see. Yeah, you've got an incentive to jump off the platform. It's all of the walls behind you. Yeah, it's currently a 200% success rate for HexTree in StruggleR, which dwarfs Tater's previous 100% success rate. So, absolutely, I think everybody else who's raced has lost a race. So,
we have some.
I didn't lose. I came
on the screen right now.
Sorry, what?
We have some succubus butt on screen right now. You can see in the background.
Oh yeah. There's lots of butts.
One
in
of
this
3
game.
butts in the game. Yeah. Well, 4. There's Ralph. There's his girlfriend. There's the succubus, and then there's that naked boss.
Yeah,
he's got the little guys crawling on the that pull the face. Don't they?
Oh,
have
yeah.
their butts?
But
They
you,
do seem to, yeah.
the boss guy, you're talking about the guy who's got like a rocket up his ass.
I'm talking about the little guys.
I know you
climb.
are. I'm talking about what
Yeah.
Hex was saying. Yeah.
All right.
Tater84 reminding me there that I got beaten by Quantum. Yeah, I got beat by Quantum. I've been beaten by a lot of people, Tates, but I've also raced a lot of people and a lot of things, including things that I'm not good at. So, like, you might want to try that sometime, bud.
It's not about the winning; it's the taking part that counts.
Exactly.
Which is why Octobot will always be a loser.
Poor Octo.
At least I took part in the race I knew I was going to lose.
I assume I'm going to lose races. That's why when it didn't happen with Mean Bean, I was so confused.
I'm really disappointed that I didn't have any of the luck I'd had earlier that day. Pulling that, like, 6-chain combo against Humpty, and then in actuality just, like, sucking so bad.
Oh, Q. So, I was going to say, I wonder why Q isn't jumping directly from platform up to platform. I thought maybe the gap was too big, but no.
Yeah, there's a too long a gap on the...
Yeah.
There's a small gap and then a long gap.
Yeah, so you need to be climbing the small
What Q is
gap.
doing is he's jumping to the second one. He should be jumping to the lower one and then jumping up and using that height to get onto the one that's further up on the left. And
this
seeing
room
him
is Final
struggle with
Fantasy
it
VII.
is, like, really annoying me because I just want him to do well.
A little bit of frustration there. Jumping.
Yeah. Putting on a show for us at home.
Kramit's saying, learn something new, guys. We can't just run things that start with the legend of. Tell that to Kylorian. Oh, he might have got it. Oh, he was almost on it there.
If he stands still and stops moving for a while, or if he lets the counter run down, that's when we know we should hop in and have a word and a wellness check.
Right, now here comes the small gap.
Yes, there we go. That's the trick.
There it
That's
goes.
all you had to do. Well done, Forehead. I'm kidding.
Well, yeah. I've never played this game, probably never going to play this game, simply because...
This room is particularly cruel. Seeing the trick that Hex did, where it's kill them and then do the up jumps. That looks like pretty much the only consistent way to deal with this room.
Yeah.
Just do better.
He's going for it. He's going for it. Oh.
Oh. Oof. Big oof. See the switch labeled oof? Turned it all the way.
He's going to finish up strong today, though. I believe in the queue.
If there's anything that people in the UK are good at, it's queue. And believing in the queue.
Wait,
Yes!
there it is. That's what you want to see.
Right, it's butts time. It's Final Fantasy V. That's butts, isn't it?
I know 7 to 9.
Yeah,
and
butts.
that's it.
It's the main character of Final Fantasy V. Butts. His real name is Bartz or Batsu, but they mistranslated it to Butts.
Kramit, you say that you've already told Quantum your peak's 24 and your trough is 50. Is that for Portal? Are you referring to your Portal times? Okay. That is, of course, the next race coming up. It's going to be more or less this time next week. It's going to be next Saturday, but it's going to be at 7 o'clock in the evening, I believe. I will just double check that while I can.
It's the Victory Royale room, where there is a crown available for a crowned victory. Crown dub. I have to make it kind of Fortnite relevant, otherwise I lose interest, and the younger viewers amongst us lose interest.
Yeah, absolutely. Understandable. Does Quantum Player 1 have the Riz to beat this room?
Oh, he either Skibby does or Skibby doesn't.
We're nearly 40 years old.
For real, on cap. On God, no cap, straight bussin', that's it.
Hey!
Oh, ho, ho. Nicely
Right,
done.
so is he going to take... He's going to take the same route as you, going north. Oof.
For the Crown Royale. Crown Royale with cheese and a large soda.
Can we change HexTree's capture to Subway Surfers? Try and retain everyone's attention.
We just need like Family Guy funny clips in the corner.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Here we go.
All right.
So, got to deal with this guy first.
It's basically Andros, because it's a brain on a stalk. Or is that a butt on a stalk?
I mean, the game does have a fascination with asses and the gas that comes from them, so...
Would you say that makes the game asinine?
Yes, I would, if I was a joke master like yourself.
Well, you know, it's not about being a joke master, it's just about making an ass assumption. Oh. Knocked down. Before his prime. The old smoker lady from SpongeBob. I need to watch more SpongeBob. I watched through all of Season 1 a couple of years back, and that was a good time.
He's opting not to strike the exposed brain with his sword. He could do that, and that should do more damage, but I don't know if he knows that.
So he's just, he's returning the laser volleys, as it were.
Maybe he's worried the timing might be a bit tight for that.
Yeah.
Time to click a link. Oh, right, okay. I'm not familiar with that.
Maybe he thinks it's an Argonym kind of situation. I found out yesterday, Argonym, you can't hit him with a sword, you have to return his laser volleys. If you hit him with a sword, you actually get hurt, so...
Yeah, you can't hit him with a sword, but you can knock his volleys back with a bottle, if you prefer.
Yeah, that's true.
Then again, you can also do that with Ganondorf in Ocarina of Time as well. Argonym only takes balls to the face. Confirmed.
So, I wonder how many volleys it takes to kill this boss if you're only using the lasers that are fired.
Oh, unfortunate.
Yeah, well, one more now.
Yeah.
It's frustrating because he could have got a couple swipes in then if he'd only known.
Yeah. Mm.
Jump at Q. Okay.
He can't hear us.
He wants to take it steady and not get hit. I get it.
I assume that's the case.
There it is.
Yeah, it was roughly twice as many cycles, so I think it's the same HP either way.
Yeah.
Mm. Are those long sequences just like hidden loading times?
Yeah.
It is kind of nice.
Doing it before Final Fantasy VII Remake had you squeezing through tight spaces for hidden loading screens.
It's kind of nice though, because it does add this sense of like a continuous journey.
Yeah.
Here we go. Phase 1. Destarosa.
So I know that Quantum likes to do the Biker Grove move more than I do. In fact, I don't really ever do it. Which I would say is a dangerous thing for this first phase because Destarosa's first phase is bad at distance. You want to be close up to him usually, but
Yeah.
it looks like he's managing to stay out of range.
Looks like he's given up on Biker Grove. A true Grange Hill convert like the rest of us.
Oh, nice blocking of the crystals there.
Do you have to do both in one health bar?
No. So
that's all right,
if you're
that's fine.
If you still have about 30% of your bar, you seem to get full health. Otherwise, it's just kind of linearly goes down. But they do fill up a bit before the second phase.
Oh, that's alright then.
So if he beats this now, he should have full health.
Almost cute. There it is.
Okay. One more phase. Don't slag off PJ and Duncan like that. I ain't slagging off PJ and Duncan. I quite like their energy drink.
PJ and Duncan energy drink?
There's an energy drink called Let's Get Ready to Rumble that is named after the Let's Get, etc. But because it shares a name with PJ and Duncan's single, I call it the PJ and Duncan energy drink.
Fair enough. It's true,
You know what that means?
Yeah.
We're going to have to find out if there is a Grange Hill PC game or a Biker Grove PC game that can be speedrun for Struggle.
Oh, some kind of interactive...
Yeah, some kind of like
90s CD-ROM
object game thing. Yeah. You know, if Coronation Street can get a hidden object game, then, you know, surely Grange Hill can.
Operation Youth Club, otherwise known as Biker Grove Operation Youth Club, is a management simulation web game running on Flash made as a tie-in with Biker Grove.
Made on Flash.
Yeah.
We're gonna have to check if that is on.
What's it called? Flashpoint? Operation Flashpoint?
Have we had any Flashpoint games yet? Or Flash games? No Wheel of Struggle? I don't think we have.
Not sure, actually. We do have some interesting submissions for Season 7, including a game that you can play in browser on itch.io. You can either download it as an executable or play it on browser, which was, I think, Steven's Rocket? I think it's called Realistic Sports Simulator or something like that.
Oh, I thought the game was called Steven's Rocket. It's like Steven's Rocket, totally rockin' Steven's Rocket.
I've got a lot.
To capture that Pikachu.
I've got
Quantum.
It's getting close.
It is.
He's going for the anti-air move, which is quite good because it covers against the guy's jump.
Oh, it's so close.
These fights are always so close, it's scary.
Oh, just one more, I would wager. Oh, who
Whoa!
died?
I've
Who
never
died?
seen a draw before. I have never seen a draw before.
We've never
ever.
seen that before, folks. We've never seen that before. Back to phase 1.
That's crazy.
I know Quantum's now screaming width of a pixel.
Yeah.
Absolutely incredible scenes here at StruggleR today. Holy smokes. I had my fingers crossed from there. I thought maybe the game would go, look, the enemy's dead, you've completed the game, but no. No dice.
I'm sure I've seen games where the boss died cutscene plays and then you still get a fail.
The house always wins, exactly. So he's making fairly
good timing on the fireballs.
Yeah, he's making fairly short work of him this time round in phase 1. He's got more of his health bar left as well.
It is true about boss execution, though. You know, boss execution is really key in a lot of the races that I've seen.
It's been playing a major factor this season, and yeah. So if you're racing a game later on this season and it's got bosses, I think you should really take a look at practicing those, because it's come down to that more than a few occasions now.
Quantum is starting this next phase with 52,000 points. This is a bad sign.
Uh-oh. Yeah. Well, Quantum Player 1 has a sort of a in-joke / fixation with his chat about the number 52, based on Action 52.
Oh, right, okay.
So it's now showing up everywhere. Yesterday, in fact. When did it show? Oh, yeah, he had a maths question on the weakest link, and the answer was... There was an answer that was 52. He picked that. It was wrong. So, yet again, the curse of 52 strikes.
Well, it's his fault for picking the wrong answer.
Yeah, but to be fair, they were making him do maths, like, under time pressure.
Yeah.
It's like the other people were getting like, well, what's a leopard? And it's like, it's a big cat. And then he's like, what is this plus this minus this?
What gets me is when they go like, incorrect, and then the next person goes, bank.
Yeah. So...
Like, what are you banking? What are you banking, mate? 0.
But can you bank the initial amount? I thought you actually start on like 50 quid or something.
No, you start on 0, and then with each question you get, it's like 100 quid.
Yeah, so like
that.
Yeah, it's when
need
people
a chain of 10 correct answers in a row to get the... Is it like 10... 1,000, 10,000?
Yeah, it goes up as well. When people... Yeah. I think what happens is people, while they're playing, they think, shit, I need to sound like I'm helping the team. I'm going to yell bank when it gets to me. And then the person before them gets the question wrong.
Basically, it's traitors with more steps.
Yeah, it is, ironically.
I still can't get over that, 15 years ago, they were getting, kids hooked on traitors with, you are the saboteur. So then,
I used
50
to love...
years later, they'd watch traitors every
I used to love the saboteur. For anyone who knows...
Yeah, it had a name, something like the Tower or something like that, but like, they would say, you are the saboteur.
Yeah.
And that was, like...
It's weird. We've been largely CBBC oriented today.
Trapped.
That's it, trapped, yeah. Raven was Raven was great as well.
Yeah. Raven, of course, which
also
Limmy has made fun of.
Yep, and also takes place in Scottish woodlands as well, much like the Traitors. So I mean, it just all comes back around.
We are back on Destarosa Phase 1.
We are indeed. Come on, little Ralph.
It is my hope that someday I'll be in a place with a bunch of other people and like electricity will go out and they'll be like, oh, need to go get a candle or whatever, need to go get a torch, and then I could just walk up to somebody, squeeze their shoulder and go, do not react. You are the saboteur.
I think, yeah, because, well, now you've reminded me of those places that exist in London where you can, like, you go and have a dining experience, but it's completely pitch black. Like, no lights. And so...
Oh.
Yeah, so you don't know what you're going to eat until you put it in your mouth.
Like jelly, or...
I don't know.
How do you not stab yourself with a fork?
It's a good question.
I'm not saying I'm stupid and I can't aim with a fork, but at the same time, in the dark, I'd probably end up stabbing myself.
Oh, deck spin. How was that deck? I'd be interested to know. It's great fun, apparently. I just think I'd end up fucking face painted with beans. And
face painted with beans.
Yeah.
That's a Dragon Force song, I believe.
Here we go. Phase 2 Destarosa. This is the one. We're not at 52 anymore. It's not cursed. Kramit also doing a Krypton Factor replica once. Yeah, Krypton Factor. I also quite like that one as well. I like any one of those shows where they kind of have to run around
Krypton
and jump.
Factor, isn't that like a Superman comic?
The one for me was always Crystal Maze, and its best child equivalent was probably Jungle Run. But we've talked enough CBBC today to last a lifetime already. So, Deck would recommend the Pitch Black Restaurant.
Oh, you know what? I'm familiar with the Krypton Factor because I know someone that uses the K from Krypton Factor for their online avatar. So now I'm familiar with it.
Yeah. I vaguely remember it from childhood. It was basically like they had to do an obstacle course and then they had to do some maths, basically.
Oh, it's
like a bit of
Run
both.
Krypton Factor.
Krypton Factor.
Jungle Run, isn't that something you play on your iPhone?
Exactly. Yeah. Right. This is not looking good for Q Lad, but he could still pull it back.
Yeah. Basically, what he needs to do is lock the fuck in.
We giggle as if we would even stand a chance against this guy.
Yeah, no.
Oh.
Yeah, the first time I tried this, I was stuck on this boss for 2 hours straight, and then I just had to end the stream without a win.
Oh. Yeah, that's my experience when it comes to fighting games as well. Especially on the wheel.
Like, the loading just adds insult to injury, you know? There's another game that this reminds me of. There's a side-scrolling Castlevania clone for the TurboGrafx CD called Rennie Blaster that has nice big sprites like this, but all the dialogue in that is actually voiced with audio clips.
Nice.
Yeah, it's something. The platforming in this seems very weighty and, as you say, deterministic. Very you have to be sure what you're doing beforehand and commit to it. And Rennie Blaster is very similar in its movement. It's very strict. If you mess up, it's on you. Like Ghouls and Ghosts, Ghosts and Goblins, or whatever it's called in your neck of the woods. Daima Bakura or whatever it's called. That's either the name of Ghosts and Goblins in Japanese or the name of a body pillow.
Takamakura, or whatever it's called, yeah.
Yeah.
Q is doing phase 1 too well and not getting the health refill. Oh no. That's a thing?
Makai Mura. You see, so you can see how that might
He
sound
should be
like
getting full health.
Daki Makura.
Yeah, he's definitely got full health there. Oh, and a throw. Can you do throws as Ralph?
Yes. But generally you don't want to get that close to the bosses, so because they do worse throws, so...
That's fair. He can leap the entire screen in a bound as well.
Yeah, each time you beat one of these bosses, you unlock them to play in, like, PvP from the main menu.
Oh, cool. Okay, we're starting to see Q maybe tip the balance here. Come on, chat, get behind him.
Quantum. I know I really fancy a Nuka-Cola.
Oh, this is it. This is the one.
Shush! Don't jinx it!
Sorry. But it is, though.
Shush. Your attempts to sabotage Q's gameplay will not go unpunished. Yes.
Oh. Tell him about Biker Grove, Q. There it is.
Oh, thank fuck for that. Oh, I am so happy for Q right now.
Congratulations, Q. All right, we're going to unmute him now. Yeah, if you want to stay quiet for a minute, Hex, we'll kind of play with him a little bit. All right. Quantum Player 1. Can you hear us? Is he muted? Quantum, did you mute yourself, lad? I think he might have had the thing where he can't hear us. Do you know what? Can I boot him out? Actually, I'll try and boot him out. See if he notices, and then he rejoins the channel. Or I might just try and drag him back in, let's see. Quantum Player 1? No, still can't hear us. Can I... Wait, Quantum?
Hello.
Is that you? Can you hear us?
I can hear you. Hello.
Hello.
I can hear you.
Right, we wondered what was happening there, but we've got you up now. Excellent. Well done, sir. We thought you were so close there at one point when you got the double kill. Have you ever seen that before?
Double kill, remind me.
When you and Destarosa died at the same time.
Yeah, you knocked each other out.
Oh yeah,
You
no,
thought
I've
you
never
were
seen
so
that before.
close there.
Yeah.
It's crazy. I've never seen that before in this game, and of course it doesn't give me the win for that.
Well, we are very happy to tell you. You needed Hex to have a nightmare, and
Yes, come on.
Hex did not have a nightmare. You're second place.
I knew he wouldn't.
Well played, Quantum.
Thank you, thanks, mate. To be honest, I knew Hex was on good form from seeing a couple of practice runs. He was very sharp and very impressive, but also, even that aside, I had an absolute stinker today. I think the nerves got me, and I made a few very early silly mistakes, and from there I was always playing catch up, but it was just leading to like a snowball effect of even more mistakes. I think I played terrible.
Well, we don't think you played terrible at all, but yeah, we definitely noticed there were a couple of moments that gave you... Tutankhamun especially seemed to be giving you a little bit of trouble.
Yeah. I normally am okay with him. Like, don't get me wrong, the first time I encountered him, he took me a little bit to get through, but now I normally fly through him in one go, and he took me about 10 tries. It's like, I knew I'd lost because I knew Hex was sharp, and I knew I'd played terrible, but it was still good. I'm sorry for you having to commentate.
No.
Probably
It's been absolutely it's been grand, and it's been fun to watch both of you. I think when you watch the race back, you'll see, you know, it was fairly close, but like you said, it was kind of a snowball effect with every mistake that happened to you. I mean, to be fair, you know, Hex did take the first death. Hex did take a few deaths. We noticed that he was having some trouble with some vines where he was trying to jump on them early. I forget which level that actually was, but it's the jungle-y kind of level. And you kind of had a chance to catch up, and you did, but then you would also take a death, and so it was kind of, it just kept snowballing on and on kind of thing.
I mean, it's the kind of game, it's not like an overly difficult game, but it's the kind of game where like nearly every single screen has got something that's going to get you. And when I was in that mindset of like, I've got to go fast, every single thing was just getting me, and it was just, But congratulations, Hex, well played, mate.
Thank you very much. Yeah.
So, I just wanted to say, so you've come in with a time of a 1:53:03, which is faster than the 2 hours you were talking about earlier.
For me, it's a PB, but I still think I could have done a lot better. Yeah.
Well, I can exclusively reveal that Hex was a 1:01. So.
Wow.
Yeah.
Is that a PB, Hex?
No, my PB is like 59 minutes 57, so it's like 1 minute.
Some hour.
Yeah, with a sum of best, might I add, in the region of 45, which is incredible.
Well done, mate.
Yeah, it's been a fantastic race to watch, and thank you both. Both of you, your skill has been on full display, and it's been fantastic to see. I can exclusively reveal that chat, with their betting, went 78% for a Q win, as opposed to 22 for a. Yeah, so unfortunately, a lot of that was Tater. Tater went all in on Quantum Player One.
Oh, Tater, no! Sorry, believers, I let you down. But I think Hex was always going to be a very strong competitor today. Even if I played, even if I was on my game, I think Hex probably still would have had the edge. But I wasn't on my game, so I expected this result from after the first 10 minutes, to be honest.
It's a-okay. These things happen. This is exactly how it went for me with Resident Evil 2. So
it's all good fun.
There's a tiny little bit of me that's like, yes. But no, we were
not your race cups.
Exactly.
Put those feelings aside.
We were all cheering you on, and we were all heartbroken and shell shocked when we saw that double KO.
I know. Yeah, so close, and I was battling him hard to get to that point as well. Yeah. Well, oh well.
Okay. Oh, I can also exclusively reveal that chat has decided that out of Biker Grove and Grange Hill's the best.
Okay, fair enough. I don't really. If you showed me a clip of one and then the other, I wouldn't have recognised which was which.
Well,
fair enough.
through the process of talking about all this, we've also discovered there was actually a Flash tie-in game for Biker Grove. So maybe that's the next port of call for you with your campaign mode.
Yeah, next campaign confirmed.
Okay, well, all that remains to be said is to move over to the podium screen. As you'll all see there, we have HexTree in first place, Quantum Player One bringing up a very close second.
It's to see it like that. I've not seen it like that since Tenshu.
Oh no, he's having flashbacks to feudal Japan.
No, but thanks very much, guys. It's been a lot of fun. Thanks for all the work you do to put StruggleR on. And thank you, Hex, for accepting my challenge and showing me up.
I definitely think Hex is the one to watch in season 3, which races he chooses, because well, yeah,
absolutely.
Your portfolio speaks for itself, as it were. Okay.
Much so.
Well, thank you all very much. All that remains to be said is to tell you about the races we have coming up. So this graphic is a little bit outdated because it's got all the rest of the races on it, but it's also got some ones that have happened already, so ignore those. We're at Little Ralph right now, so next week on Saturday the 15th, and I can confirm it is at 7 PM UK time, we're going to be playing Portal. Quantum Player One is going to be taking on Kramit. Kramit, of course, played very well in that Mirror's Edge race, but ultimately fell to the Hex. So will Cram be looking for his vengeance? I think he might be.
He will.
Yeah, that's going to be one to watch. You definitely want to check in for that one. And that's going to be myself and NBZ commentating that race as well. So that's going to be just a barrel of laughs. Then we've got Disney's Hercules the following week on the Wednesday. That's going to be Quantum Player One versus Mr. Matt Internet. Have either of you even practiced this yet?
Hercules, I have not. No, I did complete it not that long ago in my own stream, but it was the first time I'd played it. I didn't have it as a kid or anything. I played a demo on PSN, but it's a tricky game. I need to put some practice in based off today, because I think Matt had it growing up, and I don't want to have another showing like today if I can help it.
That's absolutely fair. Why not Paul then? Why not Portal?
Why practice that?
Yeah. Handsome
I will
Strife
be practicing that.
Handsome Strife is asking, can you ask Hugh if he'll be practicing this time?
Oh yeah, absolutely. But I think Kramit said to me the other day. He said when it on his best or something, it's 25 minutes. I was like,
yeah, he's
nowhere near that.
He said that in the chat today, so it'll be interesting to see how it all shakes out. But
yeah, I'll do my best, guys, to put a show on. But I think he might have too much of me, and especially because he's going to want to avenge himself for the Mirror's Edge loss. So
yeah, I think as someone who's taken that early loss and then rallied to some absolutely fantastic victories. You were hungry for it, and I think Kramer equally has that hunger now.
Yeah, definitely. Whereas I'm kind of full.
Well, after Disney's Hercules, Quantum P1 will be taking a much-earned rest. So
Yes,
we'll
please.
then be moving on to the SMZ. So basically, the weekend after that, we've got back-to-back races, both days, Saturday, Sunday. We've got a Super Metroid Zelda 3 rando between DMAC, Markman, and Kylorian. That's going to be absolutely fantastic. I'm making the seed for that. So I'm going to make sure I've played the seed thoroughly. I know where everything is. So the commentary might actually be somewhere approaching professional on that one. We'll see. And of course, there are going to be a few surprises because I can customize the sprites. So, also, the Sunday, we have an Advance Wars 2 race between Lovenflufen, Kythius, and Dekiev. They're going to be in the war room doing some skirmishes. Myself and Hex are going to be commentating that race as well, so that's going to be fun.
Nice.
Then we have Trials 2 coming up on the 27th of February. That is going to be between myself, Z, Kythius, and Wugger. Currently, Wugger appears to be the favourite, but who knows? I mean, I'm going to be practicing in secret now, so no one will know how good I am until the day. Because my feelings are hurt.
Yeah. What did they do to you, Garlips?
Oh. See, you have flashbacks to feudal Japan. I have flashbacks to 1998 Raccoon City Police Department, and they never end. Then in March, of course, we have Chained Together. That's going to be Tater84 with his 100% success rate. Can he make it a 200? We don't know. But that's going to be versus... It's possible. Although he claims he's not going to be practicing. So maybe, if he's true to his word and he doesn't, then maybe Dekiev and I stand a chance, but probably not. And then the following week, we have a Bad Run Club race. So some of you may know we have a group called Bad Run Club, where we pick a game every month and we speedrun it for the first time. We learn all the tech, we do all the routing. Basically, that Bad Run Club race is going to be a race between the two founders of the club, myself and Handsome Strife, and we are going to be playing everything that's currently been on Bad Run Club. It's all going to be on a wheel, and it's going to be chosen at random. It's going to be an absolute shit show. Technically, it's going to be a nightmare, so I'm really going to have to get my head around how that's going to work, but we'll make it work, and it'll be very chaotic, so you don't want to miss that one. And then, he's got it sorted, apparently, says Handsome Strife. Excellent, good to hear. The randomization part. Okay, yeah, but I need to make it work with the visuals anyway. But show me what you got in private message, and I'll get that sorted. Yeah, send me a private message with what you got, Handsome Strife. Yes, exactly. Show me yours. And then finally, we talked a little bit about this earlier, but we've got a blind race coming up. It's the final race of the season. It's versus Lovenflufen versus Dekiev versus Adrian's Revenge versus ERB. And it's going to be two games that none of them have played before and will be seeing for the first time. So you definitely want to check that out. It's going to be absolutely exceptional to see what racers with no practice do when they hit the ground running. And that's going to be our finale for season 2 of StruggleR.
That's actually quite a fun idea.
Yeah.
Whoever came up with it is a genius.
Well, we kind of had suggestions in chat, I think, from Stormy. Also, Z has put on a race like this before, so NBZ is also going to be commentating this race as well with me. So it's going to be absolutely fantastic, and looking forward to doing, if it's successful, doing some more of them in season 3. Also, the Americans. As a group, the Americans, to group you like that, but Kylorian, Markman, they were all very eager to take part in this race, but they couldn't because of the time zone differences. So we'll definitely make sure in season 3 to have a very US friendly time for a blind race, and we'll include the Americans, as it were. So that's the schedule coming up. All that remains to be said is thank you so much to our racers. It's been an absolutely incredible race and very enjoyable to watch. I think I actually might try and factor in a little Ralph casual playthrough, although some of those later levels did look very tricky.
Definitely worth a try, though, mate. Good fun game. It needs to be played by more people and known.
Yeah, it's gorgeous. And we were saying earlier, with that Portuguese fan translation, you really think there would be an English one at this point? Maybe someone's working on one. Who knows?
I mean, I reckon it's probably easier to learn Portuguese than Japanese, so
True.
maybe we should do that.
Well, I don't mean to brag, but I kind of mastered Japanese at the start of the stream, if you recall.
Oh,
so.
true, yeah.
Yeah, so
all right then, yeah.
Okay, so it falls to our second place runner-up, Quantum Player One. Where can people find you?
So I do a stream on Twitch, twitch.tv/quantum_P1. A lot of shenanigans go on. We have a boss laugh. It's a great little group that we've got. Hope to see you there one day, maybe.
Yeah, especially if you like Anne Robinson right now.
No comment. Goodbye.
And of course, our Victor HexTree. Where can people find you and the things you do?
Yes, I'm at HexTree_. I do a lot of casual playthroughs, and I used to speedrun Azure Dreams a lot, but I haven't done that in a while. Maybe I'll get back on the Azure Dreams. We'll see.
Lovely. And I saw you're doing a casual playthrough of Fallout 3 right now.
Oh yeah, that's happening.
Is that your first time through?
I think second time.
Okay, nice. Cool. Escape Route British. Thank you yet again, my canonically IRL brother. Where
Canonically.
Yes, canonically. I'm going to see him in a couple of hours anyway. We're doing a pub quiz. Well, not a pub quiz. It's more like a village hall quiz, but yeah, quizzing will be involved. We're going to get all the little Ralph questions right. I can tell immediately.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah.
Where can people find you?
You can find me if you go to the good old tree of links and type in at Escape Route British. You'll find links to all my socials there. I'm on YouTube. I'm on the X or Twitter, and I have started selling merchandise and apparel. Ooh. You can also find on my link tree as well. I have an Etsy store for that, and I'm slowly making hilarious parody designs that hopefully should not get me sued.
I doubt it. I think you'll be fine. And also, we put a pin earlier on in your show Sushi Bites. We didn't actually mention it. So would you like to tell the chat about
that? I'm trying to bring that show back. I've got a lot more free time now, so I may well be able to. It's a show I've been running for over 10 years now at this point, where I play Japanese video games. Would you believe I have never played or featured Little Ralph on my show? Well, that is due to change. This race was secretly a bit of recon to see whether or not Little Ralph was worth covering, and yeah. So I might look into doing an episode on that sometime soon.
I think you kind of had a hunch, but once we saw the arse rocket...
Yeah. I don't know, it was once I saw the little guys climbing and they stared at the camera and they looked at me and I looked back at them, it was magic.
Perfect. Links to everything that people have described here will be in the description on YouTube. Please do check them out. My name is Garlips. I'm at twitch.tv/Garlips. You know me and my bullshit. I don't need to go into details. If you like something that we do, like the Wheel of Struggle or StruggleR or whatever it is, feel free to reach out in DM and say hello, especially if you're thinking about joining the Wheel of Struggle. We'd love to have you. But all that remains to be said is thank you, gentlemen, for today. It's been an absolutely fantastic race. Look forward to next week's with Portal. And thank you, chat, for being absolutely fantastic. Chat, the goats of the race, maybe. I mean, they have been talking a lot of mad shit as well.
Oh. Well, fuck you, chat.
Yeah, I mean, this is usually where I land with chat.
You're telling them to go fuck themselves, and yet they almost unanimously believed in you.
I think that's just Tater taking up a larger proportion of the collective.
Yeah, Tate's had a lot of points to lose, and lose them he did. Okay, take care. Bye-bye, everybody, and we'll catch you later on down the road for more StruggleR.
Thanks, everyone. See you later.
Thanks and bye.